Vegas. This is the home greatest spectacle in all time. Inside Allegiant Stadium, over history, as Randy Orton hosts American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes with Orton and knock off the Viper to returns are out. The WWE WrestleMania Saturday.
It's something you can't really explain. The crowd roars. No brighter life, second takes.
Ultimania will live for.
We get to
What a spectacle we got here.
movable object.
It's over.
When legends took their final.
The heist of the century.
When Cody. Kids that we were alive and we were there.
Cheap and the best in the world.
On the grandest stage.
They talk to me and
When Jade and Rhea stood face to face. Welcome. All for the very first time.
from me.
But we know we're the memories that will last a lifetime. Here.
What a cool.
No second takes. The curtain's about to rise.
WWE 2K26.
Of WrestleMania!
It's a war dance of victory.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Thank you so much. Sorry, long time. It's undeniable that it has been unpredictable. And it has been very, very vocal.
Very.
Polarizing. Now I see why I got the host, especially on the road to WrestleMania. The time to talk is up. The time, and we are all here with one thing on our minds. It is such a great thing around the world. Welcome to
The following is a six-man tag team match. The Usos!
Well, good luck spotting them in this massive audience.
900 days as the champs.
We got a rhythm in us. We are. The whole world is ready, but don't let it go without saying Michael Cole, our industry from this desk. 25 not out, quarter of a century. Michael Cole.
These gentlemen in the ring, guys like the Usos, guys like Logan Paul and LA of WrestleMania this year. You're looking 39. They once had a record 622 days.
Tag team in history.
In the tag, weighing in at 240 pounds,
Earlier today, Wade, he is licking his chops to get into the ring against the Vision. Tommy, back at the end of December. He was eliminated, LA Knight was, by Logan Paul in the Vision.
Yeah, so much hatred, so much animosity, and if you're going to get even on the Vision, you do it right here at WrestleMania.
And wait, how fired up was Jey Uso on his podcast? That's the emotions running high during WrestleMania week.
A certain I Show Speed on his live stream a couple of weeks ago. This thing is crossed.
In this match tonight, to kick off WrestleMania tonight, we are so glad you could join us here live on ES.
And their opponents, the team of I Shall Speed, Perry, and Logan Paul, the Vision.
And the Usos, the tag titles, knocked out LA Knight, but he sort of fought in. We saw him experience. Now, I Show Speed, great athlete, we know that. However, he only has 56 seconds back at WrestleMania 40. He's dressed in that wine bottle he got.
For I Show Speed, anytime he's got anywhere near a WWE ring, I mean, who could be in way over his head tonight, and he needs to lean on the experience. Time WrestleMania competing. Logan Paul, like it or not, he is
the point. Logan Paul beat AJ Styles last year. He has 3 wins.
Out the best in certain performers.
Like Austin Theory. Remember what he did? Had a ladder match for the tag titles where he won it. WrestleMania 40.
Theory, one who was far more laser focused, put the nonsense to one side. Thanks, of course, to
Theory knocked off the Usos back at the end of March to win the World Tag Team titles. And the Usos with a double super kick wipes out the Vision, and that lead beef here.
Oh, well, the game plan was in right from the start here. This is several weeks, nowhere to hide now, Speed. Let's see what you got.
And I Show Speed with a side.
That is day one wrestling school stuff. If this gets any deeper, Show Speed, and it could be game over from here.
Well, he was showing off a bit, and LA Knight made that.
Well, it's a huge,
wow!
It's a huge benefit in that ring as Logan Paul.
Power slam by Speed.
He's shown he's been paying attention, whatever he's been learning.
Can't prematurely celebrate when it comes to WWE.
No match was ever won.
LA Knight bringing Logan Paul now into the ring as I Show Speed. Quite the history with the Vision over the past year. And Tran warning LA Knight as he stomps away on Logan Paul in the corner.
Another competitors in the ring. You have to pay attention to the rules.
And again, main event Jey Uso championship with a win over the ring general Gunther, who we'll see later on tonight in a match with Seth Rollins.
So much instant chemistry with the Usos.
Covered by Jimmy. Hooks
are unsurpassed in the tag ranks here at WWE.
4 wins at WrestleMania. Those second generation stars. Their father Rikishi.
Not see the tag at all behind his back.
And now Austin
Theory laying in wait and dropping the hammer at exactly the right time.
Paul, did you say something about a match never being won by a power slam?
Drop. Oh, Michael Cole, I got a great memory for this. You ain't beating me right at the start.
Logan and Theory. I'll tell you, Theory has become a changed man since joining the Vision. Used to let the pressure get to him. Now he feeds off the pressure.
Show yourself.
In this game, using Logan Paul's career as the blueprint would be a pretty beat too long thinking it over there, and that was smart in a sense from Speed.
I mean, you're going to think, right? You're not just going through it.
Yeah, nothing is automatic, but pulling them off crisply against the best is a very different equation.
And that social media superstar turned world tag team champion full-time.
But boxer too, one of the biggest right hands in the game here in WWE.
That right hand has got a titanium plate in it. And now, Jimmy Uso.
And here is a pivotal moment for this.
Jey Uso trying to rally his brother Jimmy to the corner to make it.
And both men make the tag.
And now Jey Uso and Austin Theory. And now, got caught. Showboat cover. And Austin just rolled out of the way. And that Oh, and Logan Paul stay the match. Nice gut-wrench suplex by Paul.
Show you great instincts there from Logan. And this one's breaking down in a big way now.
Yeah, Theory with a big left hand. The post.
That could be the end of Jey Uso right there. That's a
Super
separated
kick.
shoulder.
IShowSpeed trying to get out of harm's way. Not going to happen.
This is there from IShowSpeed, but again celebrating too hard. Smart reversal there from Speed, saved himself and the match for his team, but Wade up.
I don't think Speed did that on purpose, Wade.
He certainly did not, however, that's not how Austin...
Cover by Knight! And Knight and the Usos win!
Team of the Usos and L.
That has not sat well with the Vision, a major victory after that BF, because IShowSpeed simply didn't execute the plan correctly.
There's that titanium. Tosses Speed to the curb.
My mania!
I mean, IShowSpeed does not deserve to be treated like this for this match tonight. And now Logan Paul, I think, is going to make Speed pay some more.
You know,
Wrestling, you moron!
and IShowSpeed has to learn that the hard way.
You said that right. Logan Paul calling Speed a moron.
Loss is not in front of the eyes of the world, and IShowSpeed.
Well, sends Paul into the ropes. 1D! And Logan Paul sent to the floor.
An unlikely saver there for I.
No way. Encouraging. Holds Logan Paul down on the table.
Don't do it, Speed.
Splash!
Full speed.
Knight and the Usos celebrating with IShowSpeed.
It didn't feel good. He'll enjoy watching it back, but that was incredibly pushed ribcage.
And now it's celebrating as well. Welcome to WrestleMania. Look at the height. Speed with an IShow splash through Logan Paul, through the table.
Same thing to attempt, but if you're gonna do it anywhere, do it right off IShowSpeed.
Jay, what's it like being one of
Some matches are built around championships and some are driven by hatred, but every once in a while a match comes along that feels much bigger than either of those things. It carries history, pride, memory, and emotions that have been waiting for years to surface. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 42 is that kind of match. This is not simply a title defense. It is not just another main event on the biggest stage of them all. This is the past standing face to face with the present, and only one man will be able to walk away with the future in his hands. Years ago, Cody Rhodes stood beside Randy Orton as part of Legacy. At the time, Randy Orton was already everything WWE wanted in a superstar. He was confident, dangerous, polished, and completely in control of every room he entered. He did not need to shout to be noticed. He did not need to force attention. The moment Randy Orton appeared, people felt it immediately. He had presence, he had power, and he carried himself like someone who knew the business belonged to him. Cody Rhodes was there to witness all of it. He watched closely. He learned quietly. He studied the details that most people never notice. Back then, Cody was not the face of WWE, and he was not seen as a future champion. He was a young talent carrying the weight of one of the most respected names in wrestling history. He was Dusty Rhodes' son, trying to prove that he belonged on his own merit. Standing next to Randy Orton gave Cody an opportunity that many would dream of. It allowed him to see greatness up close, but it also placed him inside a shadow that was incredibly difficult to escape. Because when you stand beside someone like Randy Orton, people rarely look at you first. They compare you, they measure you, and more often than not, they assume you will never reach that level. Cody understood that reality. He knew that if he stayed in the same place, he might always be seen as the second name in the room. Second to the spotlight, second to the moment, second to Randy Orton. So he made the hardest decision possible. He walked away. He left security behind, he left comfort behind, and he bet everything on himself. There were no guarantees waiting for him, no promises of success, no easy road back. There was only risk, belief, and the determination to become something greater than what people expected. Over time, that gamble changed everything. Cody Rhodes rebuilt himself from the ground up. He became more than a supporting character, more than a familiar last name, more than potential that never fully arrived. He became a star in his own right, one who earned respect through resilience and persistence. When Cody returned to WWE, he did not come back as the same man who had once left. He returned stronger, sharper, and far more complete. The audience no longer saw a young wrestler searching for direction. They saw a leader. They saw someone capable of carrying the company into a new era. Eventually, Cody Rhodes climbed to the top of the mountain. He became undisputed WWE champion. He finished the story that had defined so much of his career. But in WWE, finishing one story often means beginning another. Because just as Cody reached the peak, Randy Orton stepped back into his path. And that is what makes this rivalry so compelling. Randy does not see Cody the same way the world sees him. The fans see Cody Rhodes as the symbol of perseverance. They see a man who fought through doubt, walked through failure, and came back stronger than ever. They see the face of a new generation. Randy Orton sees something very different. He sees the young man who once stood beside him. He sees a student who once watched and learned. And somewhere in Randy's mind, he sees someone who never truly surpassed him. That is where this rivalry becomes personal. Randy Orton has never been the kind of man who accepts being replaced. He does not need applause, and he does not need approval. What he values is control. What he values is dominance. And when he looks at Cody Rhodes holding that championship, he does not see destiny fulfilled. He sees something that should still belong to him. Cody Rhodes represents a different vision of WWE. He represents heart, connection, and the belief that hard work can eventually overcome doubt. He wins people over through honesty, through struggle, and through the feeling that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you can still rise again. Randy Orton represents something colder and more ruthless. He represents precision, instinct, and the idea that greatness is not given to the most beloved man in the room, but to the most dangerous one. These two worlds cannot remain at the top together forever. Sooner or later, they had to collide. That collision is WrestleMania 42. For Cody Rhodes, this is about more than defending a championship. It is the final step out of the shadow.